This is a song about anal sex and God. It's called 10-Foot Cock and a Few Hundred Virgins. So you're gonna live in paradise with a 10-foot cock and a few hundred virgins. So you're gonna live in paradise with a 10-foot cock and a few hundred virgins. So you're gonna sacrifice your life for a ride on a UFO. And when the Lord comes down in his shimmering chariot of salvation, you're gonna be the first to know. Oh. And so if God was there from the very beginning, he invented men and women, then he also invented wanking. Then he said wanking was sinning. So now if I'm feeling randy, I'm not allowed to hand shandy, but having sex with my family, that is just fucking great. It's all there in Ezekiel 8. And just before he opens up his big pearly gate and says that it's a sin to take it up to date, even if it's great, even with your cowboy mate. So you're gonna live in paradise with a 10-foot cock and a few hundred virgins. So you're gonna sacrifice your life for a shot at the greener grass. And when the Lord comes down with his shiny rod of judgment, he's gonna kick my heathen ass. Oh. So if you cover the bodies of your women, everybody is grinning because black is so slim. And though it's not great for swimming, but it gives you an erection with the increased sexual tension. What with the UV protection, that is second to none. You'll find it all in the Quran, just next to the bit that justifies guns and says that it's a sin to take it up the bum, even if it's fun, even with permission from your mum. So you're gonna live in paradise with a 10-foot cock and a few hundred virgins. So you're gonna sacrifice your life for a shot at eternity. And when the Lord comes down and I haven't done my penance, he's gonna disembowel me. Oh, you say that if I stumbled on a watch, I'd assume it had a watchmaker, that a muffin presupposes a baker. So we must agree sooner or later that this proves there's a creator. So if I put my foot in a stinker, you'd assume the existence of a sphincter. Thus you don't need to be a great thinker to conclude that God's a bum, which negates the words of Genesis 1, which make him out to be so much fun, until Adam succumbed to temptation, and then his only son got nailed to a gum, or the Middle Eastern equivalent, which suggests that God's omniscience is nullified by his ambivalence, unless it turns out that he's impotent. And if God can't get a boner, I guess that explains the plethora of huge erections in his honor, because we all know a steeple's just a subconscious compensatory manifestation of a huge stiff penis. And still he tells us that it's heinous to stick a penis up your anus, even if you're famous, even if you're good at tennis. So you're gonna live in paradise with the 10-foot cock and a few hundred virgins. So you're gonna sacrifice your life for a ride on a UFO. And when the Lord comes down with his big, stiff, slippery rod of judgment, I'm gonna be the first to go. He's gonna send me down below. He's gonna whip me like a hoe. Do you really think so? I'm gonna be the first to go.
Did you know that Jesus died on the cross just to keep you from masturbating? Good start. Did you know that prior to 1960 he frowned on interracial dating? Well, my name is Bobby Johnson. Whoa, yeah. And I teach about God's loving wrath. Whoa, yeah. And though I I try to live by the Bible and what it says. I think I might have stumbled from the path, because I'm gay for Jesus, creator of all good. He's a charitable carpenter, that's why he's given me wood. I'm gay for Jesus, let the people rejoice. But it's not about lust, I don't want to nail him. That was a poor word choice. Did you know that Satan wears a cape? It's made out of a rainbow flag. Did you know that Jesus hates abortions? Unless the kid was a Jew. Well, you know, I live by the Bible. Whoa, yeah. And it tells me that my thoughts are right. Oh, yeah. But those particular pages might be stuck together. From the little bit of sinning I did last night. Alright. Because they told me to love Jesus, and I chose an alternative route. Well, I was so sad when he was in that cave, but I was thrilled when he came out. I'm gay for Jesus, fill me with your grace, pour your love all over me, but please aim away from my face.
But I threw some new shit into this one too, so listen up.
When I was a boy of 10, I had a very special friend. Ed was kind with good intent, but just a little different. Oh, special Ed. His mama dropped him on his head. Now he's not so bright instead. He's a little bit special. Just a little bit special. We played tag and he'd get hurt. I'd play soldier, he'd eat dirt. I liked math and the spelling bee. Ed liked talking to a tree. Oh, special Ed. His mama dropped him on his head. Now she keeps him where? In the shed. 'Cause he's a little bit special. I ran track, hung out in malls. Ed ran headfirst into walls. I had girly girls and lots of clothes. Ed had names for all his toes, like Larry and Terry and Jerry and Barry and Ronnie and Bobby and Ricky and Mike. And if I love the girl, who cares who you like? And special Ed. Mama dropped him on his head. Now he thinks he's a piece of bread. 'Cause he's a little bit special. Just a little bit. I thought college life was great. Ed could count from 1 to 2. I like people and the party scene. Ed was scared of the vacuum cleaner. Special Ed. His mama dropped him on his head. Now he thinks he can drive his bed. 'Cause he's a little bit. Just a little bit. One day talking to special Ed, he grabbed a brick and he swung at my head. And as he laughed at me, that's when I knew that special Ed just made me special too. Ah! I'm strong like Hulk. My shoes hurt.
Mr. Show. Now I laugh as I count bugs. I give strangers great big hugs. Next to me, it is fine. Yeah, he's a fucking Einstein. Oh, special ed in me. Now we're not right in the head, you see. Now we're not so right. Instead, we're a little bit special. Just a little bit special. That fucker Ed made me special. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Everybody. Special. The biggest problem in that region is that the Jewish people and the Muslim people in the region don't seem to get along very well at all. And the trouble with the situation is that the fighting, the self-perpetuating nature of the violence makes one wonder how there's ever going to be peace in that region. And I think about this all the time, as I'm sure you do too. And I think, how is there ever going to be a resolution to this conflict? And I was thinking about it the other day and I thought, maybe, just maybe, it's going to be a simple thing. Maybe all they need is a really good peace anthem. So I've taken the liberty of penning a little something, and I thought I should bounce it off a relatively neutral kind of secular crowd before I actually pop over there and start busking on the Gaza Strip. So.
We don't eat pigs. You don't eat pigs. It seems it's been that way forever. So if you don't eat pigs and we don't eat pigs, why not eat pigs together? Yeah. We don't eat pigs, you don't eat pigs. It seems it's been that way forever. So if you don't eat pigs, we don't eat pigs. Why not eat pigs together, yeah. You know it's true. We don't eat pigs, you don't eat pigs. It seems it's been that way forever. Sing! So if you don't eat pigs and you don't eat all your crap, why not eat pigs together? Why not eat pigs together? Once more, why not eat pigs together? Rock!
Grab a seat, have something to eat. Help yourself, it's alright. If you want a beer, they're over here, but we only got Coors Light. Try a chip with my homemade dip. The stuff is out of sight. Right before bed, we'll shave your head. Good to see you dressed in white. 'Cause it's a clan cookout. It's a clan cookout. sister, she brightens up my day. She went away and I missed her, cause my mom's a lousy lay. Don't hang with foreign fellows, it'll only be your loss. Stay here and roast marshmallows by the burning cross. At the clan cookout, at the clan cookout, Dan's on lookout, at the clan cookout. And if you're black, don't wanna see your face, they're like a high school track, just a stupid race. We got a plan, kill all the Jews. Are you a Mexican? Because you seem confused. Senor, KKK, it's a clan cookout. It's a clan cookout. Mein Kampf, man, check that book out. At the clan cookout. All men are created equal. Man, that shit gets me pissed. Here's an idea for a sequel. Someone loses Schindler's List. I cook, I clean, cause I'm the hooded host. And on Halloween, I dress as a slave owner. We hate Hispanics, hence the 20-foot walls. And all you goddamn dirty Catholics can Catholic my balls. Ethnics give off weird aromas, and I can't understand why we need high school diplomas with the Bible in hand. At the clan cookout, at the clan cookout, at the clan cookout, at the clan cookout. I have Jewish friends.
Deep in prayer, my cross to bear, I kneel upon the floor. Temptations of a Catholic priest aren't easy to ignore, but I cannot control myself, it rips my soul apart. For one small sheep among my flock has stole the shepherd's heart. Altar boy, confess your sins to me. You will find the grace of God inside my rectory. At Sunday Mass or Bible class, I catch him in my view. So I close my eyes, but there he lies, spread eagle on the pew. Yeah, when I see him in that frock, my conscience goes awry. I'll give him some communion wine that's spiked with Spanish fly. Altar boy, is it gonna be heaven or hell? You can play my organ all night long if you promise never to. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I could dress him up like the Pope and then I'd, oh dear God, the shame. Oh no, lead us not into temptation, deliver us from sin. We could pretend that he was Jesus Christ and I was Mary Magdalene. Altar boy, confess your sins to me. You will find the grace of God inside my rectory. Altar boy, confess your sins to me. You will find the grace of God inside my rectory. Come here. Come here. Who's your father? Who's your father? Sorry.
To